Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It is a Wednesday, my dudes, and I'm still kind of living the high of watching the Patriots win on Sunday, but I'm also at that point where we're throughout the week where we didn't have football on Tuesday, and now it's Wednesday, and I'm like, can we get to Sunday already where the Patriots face on the Saints? I am waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and I can't do it anymore, man. Can we just fast forward all the way to Sunday during the day? Thankfully, okay, I like that. All right, well, we got a new one. Okay, well, yeah, they didn't build the other one, Moose. But as always, guys, we got 35 people. I apologize for being 4 minutes late. Should have been better. We got to be better. I will be better. We did get the intro this time, unlike on Sunday night, but the stream was great on Sunday. I can't complain about that one. But as we start every single live show on Wednesday, shout out your city. I see Issei Moro in there. I see Tasobi, Maxwell Lapowski, Nicholas Drakilis. Let's go, guys. Let's go. If we're strictly going off how he's playing this year, is Drake the MVP? Yes, he is top 10. I think he was, so the odds were he was plus 10,000. Oh, my water. Thank you, sir. He was plus 10,000 on last Sunday before the game. And now he is, I think, plus 1,000, plus 2,000. So I think so. We got Nick in Ohio, Jason in Meriden, Connecticut, Dyshawn in Florida, Bruce in Wareham, Massachusetts, Kayvon in Syracuse. I see my dad in the chat. Do you think they'll eventually start Efton Chisholm, Robert Noble, El Campo, Texas, Chris Santa, all the way in Australia? We got two people in two different countries. Patriots Today is
Mr. Alper.
Yes, sir.
Alper's dad. The other Alper.
Yes, sir.
Alper squared.
Sure, we can go with that.
Something like that.
Yeah, we can go with that. Dylan all the way in Ocean City, Maryland. Shout out to Secrets. That's my type of bar. West Texas, I think James says. Jason Reynolds saying, go Patriots. Issei Moro says, Pennsylvania. You're in Eagles territory. Ooh, rough, but I'm glad they got the loss. Somewhat glad they got the loss. Carmen's Journey out in South Carolina. It's going to be like, this is a very easy game for the Patriots. If you want to go by it on paper, I can hear the Saints channel and literally the next studio screaming like, this is changing everything for the New Orleans Saints. And I'm listening like, you guys are going to get your ass kicked as long as the Patriots don't play stupid.
This is the first time in years that I've been like, the Patriots are going to stomp a team. Basically, since Brady was your quarterback, this is the first time I've ever said the New England Patriots have the clear and decisive upper hand and you guys should win by 3 touchdowns.
I would hope so, but I mean, you can't have a letdown game. And it's a very possibility you could have a letdown game. But also, the Saints have a big possibility they can have a letdown day because, well, guess what? They beat the New York Giants for their first win of the season. Like, come on now. Come on. No one can stand the Eagles unless you're an Eagles fan because they're obnoxious, they're a bunch of losers, and they suck. That's just basically all it is.
And hey, how about that loss to the hands of the Denver Broncos?
Moose is our Broncos host.
Can we do a Cry Eagles Cry real quick? You want to do it?
We could do a cry.
Eagles cry on the road to losing games. Cry, Eagles cry. That's it. That's all I know.
Yep. Throw an interception, 1, 2, 3. All right, bro. Crits, you thought we played today? When has there been football on a Wednesday, my guy? When has there been football on a Wednesday? We got, what is it, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We got 4 days until they travel all the way down to NOLA. So if you're ready to take down the New Orleans Saints, New Orleans, whatever you want to call it, Nolans, as they like to call it out, go eat some gumbo. Spam your me's down in the chat. We got about 70 people right now. We need to get those like numbers up. Like numbers up. I want to see, if we're going to start the show, we got to get to 30. I see Maxwell spamming his me's. Crits going 4-2. Patriots have a big opportunity to go, honestly, 6-2 in their next couple games, and I really, really, really hope so. Randy Green, Issei Moro, everybody spamming their me's. Yeah, what you see in the chat right now. Like today's stream, we got a great show for you guys today. Quick and easy show, talking a 3-segment live, giving our previews as we always do. And I found some comments. And Moose, if you could change that to just saying Colin Cowherd's comments, because we did the season the second one instead of season turning around, because we already talked about that last week. This week, everybody's kind of talking about the Patriots now, because when you go on prime time, everybody sees you. They're like, oh, we get to actually watch you instead of in the 12 o'clock slate, or 1 o'clock slate, as I should say, that we're in Central Time, so the game started at 12. I saw Colin Cowherd talking about the New England Patriots. And I was actually like, I like what he has to say. He had a very, very good comments. But then I also saw what Chris Broussard had to say about the Patriots. And that's what we're going to be talking about, those two guys, what their comments were and how I disagree and agree with that. And as always, we end our show with the mailbag, answering all the questions. JR Pets, man, I see you using hashtag Patriots, but you got to condense it. You have to put that plus sign or pound sign, hashtag, whatever you want to call it these days. You got to put it together. Hashtag Patriots, no space in between. I do like that. I do like what you say. Maye's going to throw for 5 touchdowns. Maybe he will. I mean, Saints defense is terrible. We saw what the Seahawks did. What was it, 44-10 at some point? 44-10. We need 6 more likes to start the show. We got 24 in the chat right now. We got 50 people watching. I need to see 30. I want to get to above 50%. Nicholas Wheatley, if the Pats get off to a quick start, the Saints have shown they get depressed and can easily get out of their heads out of this game, but they do play harder if they are close in it. They play with fight. Are they good? Not really. Do they play with fight? 100%. They play with fight. And that was kind of my big thing, and I don't want to be like Anthony Edwards where I'm literally having the water in my hand and just going, yeah, actually I'm going to talk. Oh, no, yep. I was like, actually, there we go. JR, the Pats fan. Perfect. Love that question. Get your questions in. We got to 33 likes. But when I saw last week what the Saints, or 2 weeks ago, what the Saints did to the Buffalo Bills, and they came close. It was a Brandon Cooks literal drop from going ahead and winning the game. But unfortunately, he dropped it. And the Bills ended up getting the W. But after seeing that, I was like, they are beatable. They are very beatable. And on Thursday night, the Dolphins competed with them. And I was like, who? Nick, you got to add hashtag Patriots to that. Like Xavier Games did? Perfect. Ironic Human, I will just answer that question for you. You can use hashtag Patriots, but we will get into that in the mailbag. But he is on IR. He broke his foot in the preseason, and unfortunately, the Patriots placed him on, there you go, Nick. They placed him on long-term IR, season-long IR. He's done for the year. He cannot come back. He's not eligible to come back. He is not eligible to come back. Perfect. Oh, no. All right, guys. We got a good segment for you. If you're ready for Sunday's game. Yeah, that was it not built? How do you miss that? I'm not saying you. Producer Jack's out there, and he didn't see it. Crit. Put a hashtag Patriots at the end of that. How many yards for the Mayflower this week? See, I like that, Maxwell. I do. We got to keep embracing that nickname, the Mayflower. We got to embrace that. Oh, yeah? Bo Leave is dumb as hell. Bo Leave is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You be kind to Bo Nix. He just beat the defending Super Bowl champ. Okay, that's really funny, though. Yeah, there we go. I that made me crack up. I was like, I got to send that. I have to send that. Exactly, JR. That's a great question. And I believe it. I believe it's right. I believe it's right. Daink! iOS, what's going on? How we doing? All right. Let's get into the show. 3 segments for you, and we're going to start off, as we always do, with our preview. So stay tuned.
Patriots versus Saints. Coming off their biggest win, and I want to say over 5 years, the New England Patriots in Week 6 can start a winning streak, going to 3 games instead of 2, and they have an easy opponent. But I wouldn't say it's too easy, but you could see that record right there. 1-4. If they are smart, they will win this game. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper, and they're going all the way down to New Orleans. Patriots, Saints. And the first thing that you should probably think, as everybody's thinking, as you saw the line, it's 3.5. This should be a very easy game for the Patriots. This isn't your same game 2 years ago in 2023 when the Saints shut out New England 34-0, and Mac Jones' opening drive throws a pick six that completely said, all right, I'm done with this guy. That was my reaction. But this is a new team. It's also a new team for the Saints, and you have a possibility to keep this streak going. You cannot overlook this game. We got a couple days until this game, though, and I can't wait. I'm still living the high of the Bills game for now, but it's kind of died off a little bit, and I'm ready for Sunday. 4 days away, which is so long. So if you cannot wait for Sunday's game, go down in the comments right now, or if you're in our live chat during our live show, spam your N's in the chat. Now, the Saints, they were considered at one point the worst team in football, but after a little bit, they did kind of get back into I would say they're in the win column, but they're losing games at a better rate. If you really want to call it moral victories, I consider the Jets the worst team in football right now, and maybe the Giants after the Saints beat them. But you could see a loss to the Cardinals, which was within 3 points, a loss to the 49ers, which was within 5 points, and then they get blown out by the Seahawks. And that Bills score, it was only 12, but they had a big chance to win that game if Brandon Cooks catches that pass. They competed, and what I want to see is they battle with every single team. So what I saw when I watched their game against the Buffalo Bills, and they were one Brandon Cooks drop away from beating Buffalo. It was right there, and I thought they were scoring, and they took the lead. If you go back to the watch party against the Panthers, you could see me celebrating because I think that the Bills were going to lose, but unfortunately that did not happen, and the Bills ended up winning that game. But we know that the Saints, they have come to fight. They know, and now they have confidence because they went against the New York Giants with Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterboo, and all the hype was on them. But then next thing you know, there was 5 turnovers, and the Saints, they came back down 14-0 and won. This is what Kellen Moore had to say about their win over the Giants. It was an awesome win. They found a way to get it done. It was a really good job by our guys, just resiliency. Obviously, it hasn't been an easy month for our guys, missing on 4 opportunities, and for them to hang in there, this was the entire game. I thought there was an awesome effort. The turnovers were obviously a huge part of the game. 5-0, lots of positive to come out of this game. And what I want to say is, the Giants were up 14-0. And you were thinking in your head, this game is over and the Saints are going to be a laughingstock. Because if you're a Patriots fan like me, well, we had to wait until the Sunday Night Football. So you're watching who you're going to play next week also. And you saw that, 5 turnovers. Well, they're down 14-0. It's over. But no, they fought back. And they committed 5 turnovers. And 5 turnovers is something to really focus on because the Patriots, they still have a turnover problem. I will never forget the entire game of all against the Pittsburgh Steelers where you committed 5 turnovers. So there's a possibility that you could easily commit 5 turnovers in this game. And then you look at the turnover margins per game. Well, the Patriots, they are still not good. It's gotten better as you only committed 1 turnover against the Bills and no turnovers against the Carolina Panthers. But it's still in the negatives. You're still only 19th best in the league. Well, the Saints, they're +1. They're 5th best in the league. They don't really turn the ball over, but they make turnovers happen. And when you look at Ramondre Stevenson, he fumbled the ball against the Bills, and it was, oh my God. And now he's going to be on kick returns, which is the scariest sight you could possibly see. Thanks, Antonio Gibson. I hope you get back well. I really hope you get back well. But if you don't look at the turnovers, you just look at every single statistic that the Patriots go up against the New Orleans Saints, they have the advantage in every single category except for turnovers. If you can take care of the ball, this is going to be the easiest game for you, maybe of the season, until you go up against the New York Jets in a couple weeks. If you look at just the stats comparing with the offenses with each other, it is easily the Patriots are clear as day better than the Saints. Yards per game, 336. Passing yards per game, they only average 190. That's less than 200. Yeah, the rushing yards are better, but we know the Patriots are a primarily pass-playing team. Points per game, they're not even averaging 20. The Patriots are averaging 25. And on third down, they're way better. The Patriots can easily outpace this Saints offense. They don't have enough firepower. And you saw that one statistic where they're better. Well, that's about the running game because Spencer Rattler is not good. They have Alvin Kamara, who's still one of the best running backs in football when healthy. And they also have one guy that has kind of been like getting better and kind of growing into that starting running back spot, and it's Keandre Miller. And throughout each and every week, he's been playing more and more. They've kind of gave Kamara a little bit less snaps because we know about his injury history. We know that he isn't what he once was, but still one of that primary X factors on this team. But Keandre Miller, I mean, throughout his snap count through the first couple weeks of the season, you can see, hey, 5 carries, 24 yards, 5 carries, 8 yards. But after the first 2 weeks, it's gotten more and more. 7 carries, 27 yards, 11 carries, 65, and then 10 carries against the New York Giants. That is one thing you need to worry about. But the Patriots, they have one of the best run-blocking teams or run defense teams in the NFL, which we'll get to on the back half of the show. Wink, wink, nod, nod for my keys to victory. But then when you look at the Saints' defensive stats, they're not good at anything. 24th in yards per game. Passing yards, well, they haven't really played many guys except for, let's say Josh Allen. Rushing yards per game, they're pretty bad. The Patriots are probably going to need to get into that running game. The points per game, they allow 27 points. Well, the Patriots average 25. So you got to assume that the Patriots have the possibility to score 30 points in this game. And also in third down, Drake Maye is one of the best quarterbacks on third down in the league. So you see the statistics. The Patriots have to take advantage of this weak team. They're 1-4 for a reason, and the Patriots should be 4-1, but they're not because of 5 turnovers. And the Saints made the Giants commit 5 turnovers. Well, they made them commit 4 turnovers, and then Jackson Dart just completely dropped the ball. Like, I don't know what happened there. I think the Patriots have a possibility to blow this team out. I think they have a chance to blow this team out. But you don't play the game on paper, you play the game on grass. So we'll see on Sunday. But who you got for me? Give me your NEs in the chat for New England, or give me your NOs in the chat for New Orleans. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. We'll get to the injury report and also my keys to victory in just a second. But first, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every single day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. You can now follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app, and you can copy their lineup in one click. Whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like, hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on Prize Picks. I made a lineup for this weekend's game, and I think it's time, man. I think it's time. Stephon Diggs, give me the more on touchdowns, and I think a lot of points are going to be scored. Give me the more on Travion Henderson rushing touchdowns too. And Gonzo or Carlton Davis is going to be on. Rashid Shaheed, give me the less on receiving yards. You can make a lineup just like that one when you download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right, so the Saints are dealing with just a little bit of injuries. Thankfully, the Patriots, they don't have many injuries. Well, they did lose Antonio Gibson for the season. But when you look at the Saints, they have Cesar Ruiz, their center, who's dealing with an injury. Justin Reed is questionable. He did suffer a concussion, but we're not 100% sure how he's going to be. And the biggest one that I'm looking at right now is Chase Young. I know Chase Young is getting up there in age, but when he's healthy, he can get to the quarterback at any time. And that's probably going to be one matchup that you want to look at. And it's going to be up against, we do have that. It's at the bottom, at Moose, it's at the bottom of the screen. There you go. We got it for you. It came in late. I was scripting out this show, but we got the Patriots injury report for you. But like I was saying, Chase Young against Morgan Moses or against Will Campbell, I hope it's going to be there. But the injury report came out for the Patriots, and nothing really surprising. Everybody, full participation. Christian Barmore has not been practicing on Wednesdays this entire season. Keon White did show up on the injury report with an elbow injury. That was something to keep your eye on. But I think with K'Lavon Chason being limited, he will be back. And Jalen Hawkins, he's been dealing with that hammy throughout the last couple of weeks. I didn't think he was going to play on Sunday, and he ended up playing. So he's probably just getting some rest. Now the big question is, though, with Antonio Gibson being out, you have to replace whoever's going to be that third running back on the depth chart and who is also going to be along the same side as Travion Henderson on kickoff return. I don't want it to be Ramondre Stevenson. I held my breath every single time Ramondre was in the backfield getting the kick return because we know all about his fumbling problems. It's a problem. And we'll find out if it's Terrell Jennings. The Patriots have yet to add another person to the 53-man roster. They've worked out a couple people for the practice squad, but I'm going to assume that it's Terrell Jennings that's going to get the call up on Sunday. Now let's get to the keys to victory. My first one in beating the New Orleans Saints is let them beat you through the air. You let Spencer Rattler try to beat you throwing the ball. Because we know all about Alvin Kamara. You saw in the statistics how good they were. How good they were. And that is not the one it was the first one that I wanted to go to. Go back. There we go. There we go. So the one category that the Saints are better than the Patriots in is rushing yards. And that's because they have a guy like Alvin Kamara. So, well, I'm going to tell you guys right now, good luck. Good luck going up against the Patriots defense. Because it is insane at run defense. Absolutely insane. And I want to show you guys just this statistic that I saw. And it was a chart. And it shows the QB efficiency on air yards through 10-yard air yard throws. And if you see, let's just brag a little bit. Let's look at the top right corner. There's Drake Maye. And all the way, that's where you want to be, the top right. But if you look at the middle of the screen, bottom, there's Spencer Rattler. He's not good. He's only 40%. So let them beat you through the air. And you don't have to blitz. You don't have to put 5 guys on the line of scrimmage because you have Milton Williams and Christian Barmore. Here's a statistic that I want to bring up because the Patriots, they locked down the number 1 rushing team in the NFL in the Buffalo Bills and James Cook. They held James Cook to 45 yards rushing, which is crazy when he was averaging over 100. They haven't allowed a 50-yard rushing game this season. It is the first time in New England history that this has happened. And then I saw another tweet from Patriots Communications, not including kneel downs. 15% of the opponent's runs have gone for negative yardage, the highest rate in the NFL. So you don't have to do anything. That's how good the Patriots' run defense is. Good luck, Alvin Kamara. Good luck running up the trenches through Milton Williams and Christian Barmore. And hell, Robert Spillane has been incredible too. I know he was kind of terrible the first 2 weeks of the season, but he has picked it up. And then Jelani Tavai has also played better as well. Spencer Rattler, you're going to have to beat the Patriots through the air, and you also have Carlton Davis and Christian Gonzalez as your 2 corners. The second one, and this is just an obvious one, man. You almost gave the Bills the win when Ramondre fumbled the ball. Thankfully, on that kick return that Antonio Gibson unfortunately got hurt in, he fumbled. The Patriots got the ball back. Well, the Giants were up 14-0 against New Orleans Saints. They turned the ball over 5 times versus the Saints. No turnovers for the Pats against the Carolina Panthers. They had 1 turnover against the Buffalo Bills, and they ended up winning both games. You don't commit turnovers, you win the game. Do not make mistakes. Don't make mistakes. Ramondre, 2 hands on the ball. You're going to be getting a lot of snaps. You can't bench him right now. You don't have Antonio Gibson to back you up. So please, just hold on to the ball. And Drake Maye has been great with not throwing any interceptions. The next one, play disciplined football. There's been so many. There was one drive in particular where I watched, and I almost had an aneurysm. The Patriots are not that disciplined, even though they have the hard-nosed, culture-changing head coach. They have 43 43 penalties this season. 43 for 346 yards. The 43 penalties is second in the NFL next to, I think, the Minnesota Vikings. They are making bonehead mistakes. Bonehead mistakes. And there was one drive where it drove me insane with Corey Durden getting that personal foul. And then the very next play, Joshua Farmer lunges into James Cook and then gets another personal foul. That's 30 yards in 2 plays on the same drive that you can easily get those yardage back. And I'm pretty sure the Bills ended up scoring a touchdown on that drive, which drove me crazy. And then on the one time they tried to tush push, for some reason, they brought back my worst nightmare in Vidarian Lowe, and he commits a false start penalty. Pretty sure that was his first time getting on offense this season. I looked at the snap charts on, he had 1 play on Sunday, and it was a false start. It was absurd. Please get Vidarian Lowe as far away from my team as possible. Please. And the last one, simple as this. Don't have a letdown game. That's it. You are better than this team. You are better than the Saints. The Saints are one of the worst teams in the NFL. But you just came off a gigantic win against the Buffalo Bills. You have all the confidence in the world, and do not look at this game like it's as easy as it is on paper. This is the NFL. We have teams upsetting all the time. The Browns beat the Packers just a couple weeks ago. You are 3-2. You lost a couple games. You still lost to the Raiders week 1. You play smart. You play like you have the last 2 weeks of the season. You'll win this game. You will win this game. You will win this game. Before you push that over, Moose, you see it. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a it's going to be a tough game. I'm not saying this is a cakewalk, but you cannot look at this game and just be like, oh, they suck. You're going into their building. And they're going to be hyped up, and they want to prove you wrong. They want to prove you extremely wrong. Predict the score of Saints versus Patriots in Week 6 of the NFL season. Week 6. Predict the score for me down in the comments section. I think the Patriots are smart. I know that Mike Vrabel is a great coach. And I have a feeling that he's not going to let this team have a letdown game. I think that's going to happen. But you go down in the comments section and let me know. My score prediction, I got the Patriots winning this one 34-17. I don't think it's going to be close. I think the Patriots are going to get out. They're going to go out fast. They're going to score fast. And I don't know how Spencer Rattler is going to move the ball down the field with Christian Gonzalez on one side and then Carlton Davis on the other. And they're going to have to probably run towards the edges because if you try to run up the middle, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. We will be live at noon Eastern for Patriots Saints. That game was a 4:25 game, but it got flexed into the noon spot. So we'll be live right here on the channel. So make sure you subscribe. And as always, let's go Pats. You didn't notice? Oh. Oh, man. So I saw somebody on the channel. I think it was a couple days ago. What's up, Tyree Vaughn? How we doing? Sailor, we just got through our first segment at Week 6. I wish we were still in Week 4. That means more football. Nicholas, I keep saying that Vrabel's going to clean up those penalties. He did give Joshua Farmer a pass because Farmer spoke about it, and he said that he didn't hear a whistle. He didn't hear a whistle from the refs, and he thought that James Cook was still up and he was going to pitch it back to Josh Allen. And next thing you know, he's getting the personal foul penalty, which I give him a pass. It's fine. You're a rookie. You're still learning. But if I see Vidarian Lowe on my team, I'm going to go nuts. Haven, Ruiz is questionable. So we don't know if he's going to play or not. Did the Saints, I don't know if the Saints injury report has come out. I can take a look. Saints. Oh, my God. Yeah, but that's what I found before the injury report came out. Oh, I have to click on the. I have to click on their whole. They don't just tweet out a picture. All right, so here's your Saints injury report. So Isaac, however you say it, Yiadom, he was a DNP. He was a DNP. Justin Reed is still in concussion protocol. He's limited. Cesar Ruiz is still limited. Chase Young is limited. And Trevor Penning is also limited. And Alvin Kamara showed up on the injury report as limited. If Alvin Kamara doesn't play, they're cooked.
You want to hear what I heard? So apparently the Saints and Alvin Kamara are this is a rumor, by the way, so it's not, don't think this is like the Bible, that they're no longer happy with the pairing and are exploring a trade for Alvin Kamara, which could be a reason that they are not playing him.
Oh, I know.
And the top team that could land Alvin Kamara? Chicago Bears.
It also could be, it could be the Patriots. There was rumors that from Nick Underhill, who covers the New Orleans Saints, and he's a very good reporter for them. He said that they might be looking towards a fire sale, and all your veterans might be on their way out of here. They might be on their way out of here. I don't know how true it is or if it's going to happen, but, if you can give me Chris Olave for about a 4th or a 3rd round pick, I'm taking that in the heartbeat. Haven, I don't think they're going to trade for a corner. I really don't. They tried to with Jarvis Brownlee Jr. and ended up going to the Jets. I would take a 4th for him. Well, guess what? You guys are on a fire sale. You can come in here. You can come and say something. Then what is Nick Underhill tweeting out that they might be trading some people?
Alvin Kamara going to the Bears.
He didn't like it.
That, by the way.
What about a second?
That, by the way, people, is Trizzy Trace Gerard. That is our Saints host.
What if we meet in the middle? Well, you're not the GM either. We'll give you have fun with Jalen Polk. Mr. Swish, you don't have to apologize for being late.
Jesus, man, that was crazy. By the way, that was Trace Gerard, our Saints host.
You'll see him tomorrow. We're doing
back
a video.
And forth with a little Alper and Trace there.
Even though you're Trace. We will be doing a video. I know somebody asked if we could get like a video of like both of us, like me and the Saints host or me and the other one. I love that question, Mr. Swiss. But we're going to be doing a video together, just talking about the game, previewing it, kind of just giving our each perspective for it. Also, 34-17 Patriots. How many road games? I see your question, Charlicia. We could go to that one in the mailbag. Why not? All right. So we're going to be talking about Mr. Colin Cowherd. I really can't stand him half the time, but he did talk about the Patriots in a positive way. So we are going to be talking about it. So let's get into it. Our second segment of today's show. And Colin Cowherd, he said, what? We know all about the media outlets and the media personalities that are huge in the sports world. And one of the biggest, Colin Cowherd, he hosts The Herd, and he had some things to say about the Patriots. And usually, since the Patriots have not been that relevant in this couple of seasons, but he did say something very, very, very positive. So we're going to get into it. And you see right here, Maye wins primetime debut. Pat's now 3-2. How has Vrabel changed this franchise? And me personally, I think that he's changed this franchise a ton, and we can see it already through the first 5 weeks of the season. But now, before we get into it, the Patriots have an upcoming matchup with the Saints. And Patriots Today, they have their upcoming matchup with Saints Now by Chat Sports, hosted by Trizzy Trace Gerard. And I got a sub-battle with him. I'm going to go up against him. Now, they have a bigger channel than we do. They have 50,000 subscribers on the channel. And we only have about 31, but we're sticking close with them. They got 77 throughout this week. We are on Wednesday. We're at 59. I want those numbers to go up, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to win on the field and on YouTube to show that we are a better chat sports channel than Saints Now, go ahead, hit that sub button right now. All right, so let's talk about just exactly, Colin Cowherd was talking about in a good way about Mike Vrabel and also about Drake Maye. Let's start with his comments about Vrabel. And he said, now with Drake Maye being a legitimate and take two, I can't speak. Drake Maye, now with a legitimate head coach, is quickly becoming a franchise star. Vrabel is the opposite of Mike McDaniel in Miami, which is kind of hilarious to say how he's the complete opposite. He is all function and no flash. You're kind of old school football. His scheme is toughness, and that is what Vrabel is all about. And me personally, I couldn't agree more with Colin Cowherd. He is your old-fashioned, hard-nosed, we are just going to beat you up type of football. How did they beat the Buffalo Bills? They beat them down to the ground. You were aggressive. You were physical. And comparing it to Mike McDaniel, how he's just, we're going to find all these schemes and advanced analytics and doop. And that's why he's about to get fired. But with Mike Vrabel, he's completely changed his culture, and he kind of has that Dan Campbell mentality, how he's going to bite your kneecaps off, and we're going to play that old school style football. And we saw that the culture has completely changed in New England. From last year with Coach Gerard Mayo, the players really didn't care. And when I mean they didn't care, he was like, yeah, once I get out there, they're on their own. They can't really do anything. And then talked about, well, you're going to be benched, and then you're not going to be benched, and it's just like, what are we doing here? It felt like they just did not care what happened in New England with the players. Now, you go into this year, and the players clearly, they love playing for Coach Vrabel. Drake Maye talks about it every single day. Stephon Diggs has said his career has resurgence. Then he thanks Mike Vrabel as the guy that's brought him back and made him the man that he is on the Patriots. And he is a great coach for them. But Christian Gonzalez was asked specifically about head coach Mike Vrabel, and this is what he had to say. He said, I love him. He's an amazing coach, an energy guy, a big energy guy. Brings a lot of the energy to the team, the things he does, the way he coaches. It's easy to go out there and play for him. You want to go make the plays and put on for him and this organization, so it's awesome playing for Vrabel. And I saw this video. They've posted every single game, whether it's a win, specifically when it's a win, but when it's a lose. And he stands outside of the locker room and daps up, gives every single player a hug. And it just shows that he cares about every single player on this team. Doesn't matter if you're the last one on the roster or you're the captain like Mike Vrabel. Like, it is a huge, huge culture change. And I want to talk about like last year's Bills game. He has cemented in their hands that they can win this game. And if we go back to last year, the Patriots with Drake Maye, they went up 14-0. And then they ended up losing the game by a field goal. This game on Sunday, you held. Like, even though you gave the ball back and they ended up scoring a touchdown and tying this game up, the Patriots stayed composed and stayed that fight. They still had that fight in them, and they ended up winning the game. And now, I will say on a negative note, that despite the culture, they still need to lower the turnovers. Ramondre Stevenson fumbled the ball on Sunday. Last week against the Panthers, you didn't have any, but then against the Steelers, you had 5 turnovers. You had multiple every single game. Drake Maye threw an interception in the first game against the Las Vegas Raiders, and you got to lower the turnovers. But you also have to lower the penalties. Patriots have 43 penalties, which is second most in the NFL. Well, you want to talk about the culture? Well, you got to play disciplined football. And I know that's something that Vrabel would love to get going. And we know, as we go back into the Steelers game, the penalties and the turnovers, they bite you right in the ass. Because you lost by 1 possession. You lost by 7 points against Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Pittsburgh Steelers now have the tiebreaker over you. But if you win that game by just not turning the ball over once, that's all you had to do. Just not turn the ball over once. You score a touchdown on that play before half. Ramondre Stevenson doesn't fumble going into the end zone. You win that game. You have to clean up. But I know that Coach Vrabel is making it a lot better throughout his time here and has completely changed everything going into this season from what we saw with the Patriots the last 5 years, even with Bill Belichick, who we can see is clearly ruining his legacy. Show some love to Coach Vrabel down in the chat. Show some love. Spam your 50s down in the comments section because he's changed it. He's brought this vibe, this kind of aura back to the New England Patriots organization. And a lot of people, including, we saw those comments from Colin Cowherd that it is also going to be where the Patriots, they're on the up. Coming up next, we're going to get to what else Colin said about the New England Patriots involving, wink, wink, the postseason. But first, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every single day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app and copy their lineup in one click. Whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like, hit that follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on Prize Picks. I made a lineup for this weekend, and I think with Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis there, Rashid Shaheed, Stephon Diggs, it's got to happen at some point, ladies and gentlemen. Give me the more on a touchdown for him. And Travion Henderson with Antonio Gibson out, I think that he's going to get another touchdown, so give me a more on that one. You can make a lineup just like that when you download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right, what else did Colin Cowherd say about the New England Patriots? He had like a little 5-minute segment. So he talked about the culture, and after talking about the culture, it led him to believe and him saying that the Patriots are going to make the 2025 NFL playoffs. And when I heard that, I was like, yeah, I mean, with the schedule that they have, it really, really makes sense that the Pats have the biggest opportunity out of any other team to make the postseason. But here is Colin Cowherd's exact quote on them making the playoffs. He said the same with Drake Maye. It's not about the bad throws. It's about can you make the big throws? And Drake Maye last night made 4 of them. And then he later went to go say, this is what a playoff team looks like. They check off all the boxes a playoff team does. The toughness, the resilience, can win on the road. Excellent young QB. They've spent their money in the right places. And we can see clearly that this is a massive upgrade from last year. Last year, you didn't have Christian Barmore because he was out with the blood clots. You didn't have Milton Williams. You didn't have Harold Landry. You didn't have K'Lavon Chason. It is a massive upgrade on the defense. You didn't have Robert Spillane. Look at all the players I'm naming that you brought in from this year. And then on offense, well, a big reason that the offense is doing so well because you still had Ramondre Stevenson. You did upgrade the offensive line. You had Drake Maye, who's kind of ascending into a top quarterback, but it's Josh McDaniels as a gigantic reason why the Patriots offense is being so successful. And Colin mentioned McDaniels as that big reason why they're playing so good. And it's clear that you can see the difference between last year's offense with Alex Van Pelt, who, I mean, honestly, he sucked. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. And you could see the yardage here with 292 in 2024. And then this year, 336. The passing yards, Drake Maye still played 13 games last year, and you didn't even average 200 yards passing per game. That goes all the way up to 241. The turnovers per game is still there, but look at the points per game. 17 to 25 points per game. This team is a whopping 5,000, 100,000, whatever you want to call it. It is completely different from last year. And the offense, besides the offensive line, is slightly similar. Kayshon Boutte's still here. Pop Douglas is still here. Hunter Henry's still here. Well, like Ramondre Stevenson, the list goes on and on about the offense. You just added Stephon Diggs, but it's the offense that Josh McDaniels runs that just fits Drake Maye perfectly, and it's helped this team exceed from going up and up and up, and I think it's just going to get better. Now, there was some pushback on Fox Sports on their win after Sunday. Chris Broussard, who I personally think is an idiot, but he was not impressed at the Patriots' win on Sunday. I don't even know how he's still on Fox Sports after what he said about James Harden, but that's neither here nor there. Chris Broussard, he was like, well, the Patriots have proven nothing. The Bills were going to lose a game at some point. And he brought up previous years. He was like, well, Mac Jones beat them a couple years ago. The Patriots always end up beating the Buffalo Bills. It just happens. Well, I mean, come on now. Like, yeah, it just, and he said a darn thing. Maybe they proved that no one's going 17-0 this year. The Bills were going to lose to somebody. Now, he did have praise for Drake Maye. And he was talking about how he looked good. He's looked good the past couple of games, throwing over for 100 passer rating. And, I mean, the stats, they don't lie. If you look at the PFF grades, even he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. 74 completion percentage, 1,261 yards. He's on pace for 4,000. And, of course, 21 touchdowns. 2 interceptions. We got to keep that number low. And you can see 108 QB rating. It looks good. Now, where I agree with Chris Broussard is that he said, all right, well, just beat the Saints, then beat the Titans, and then beat the Browns. And then we can start to have a conversation on if the Patriots are a really, really good team, or did they just get a fluky win against the Buffalo Bills? I don't think it was a fluky win against the Buffalo Bills. I think they're a good team, but I do agree that you have to beat the Saints. You have to beat the Titans, and you have to beat the Browns, because those 3 teams are awful. Show that you can beat those teams and then prove that you are going to make the postseason, because if you beat those 3 teams, well, guess what? Then you have 6 wins. And you still have a bunch more games to go. A bunch more games to go. Do the Patriots make the playoffs? You let me know down in the comments section. Give me a yes or give me a no. I'm going to go with my yeses. I think the Patriots are going to make the playoffs now that a bunch of teams are now out, including, I don't think the Ravens are making it. So go down in the comments section. And while you're down there, also hit that sub button. We're giving you Patriots coverage every single day. And then we got a watch party on Sunday. So make sure you hit that sub button so you don't miss out on anything. And as always, let's go Pats. Boom. You did miss the big L3. The Chris Broussard big L3. You missed it. I didn't have it up. Oh my goodness. I didn't bring in the we see you, Southern Yankee. Appreciate you as always. Dashy, they should. He's called a really, really, really good defensive game. And I don't think that Terrell Williams is coming back anytime soon. He has prostate cancer. You have to focus on that because that's your life. Life is way more important than football. Life is way more important than football. But we got a $50 super chat from Southern Yankee. Bang! That's awesome. Great game Sunday night. Sorry I missed the end. You don't have to apologize. We just happy you're here. This is the best play-by-play channel in the country. Many thanks. No, thank you, Southern Yankee. You are the realest one. You are awesome. Glad you support the channel. Happy to be a Pats fan with you. Hope you're doing well. Really, really do.
That's awesome. Everybody, wait, you know what? Hold on. I almost said spam Yankee, but I'm not going to spam Yankee. Not on a New England Patriots channel.
Spam SY.
There you go. Spam SY. We don't spam Yankee on this channel because fuck the Yankees.
What is the Cubs game. What's the Cubs game? What's the score of the Cubs game? You should probably. 4-1. Right before we went live, I saw it was 1-1. Let's see here. Ooh, 4-1 Cubs. Go, go, go. Let's not do that. Go, go, go. Big Daddy Joe, I sent you an email. You got to respond. I want to get what jersey you want. Shout out to you for being on the chat, though. I did send you an email. Be quiet. We are not rooting for the Cubs.
All right, we need as many.
How many questions we got?
Not enough.
Not enough?
Not enough.
We need your questions. Hashtag Patriots. We did. Is it not there? Big Daddy Joe.
I was looking at.
All caps.
No. The other one.
Oh. Yeah, I know.
I was looking at like 2. I was like,
Dashy. I've seen that a lot about Breece Hall. What makes you think that the Jets are going to trade a solid running back in division? What makes you think that? The Jets are saying F you if Elliott Wolf even calls him up on the phone.
I don't even know. If I. It would just feed families, though. He's so good.
Who?
Breece Hall. He's so good. I get what you're saying. You're probably not going to get him because you're in the same division. If they are going to trade him, they would trade him to an NFC team.
It would be like the Broncos because the Chiefs have that new guy, whatever his name is, Smith, that the Broncos said, hey, could we trade for Isaiah Pacheco?
Yeah, they'd be like,
get
the fuck out of here.
Get the hell out of here.
Right. No, I get what you're saying, but
I mean, it would be an amazing player for the Patriots.
To be fair,
it's
though,
not happening.
To be fair, though, we did just see an interdivisional trade yesterday.
The first time since 1999 they traded for a 41-year-old, barely serviceable quarterback. It is actually a disservice to Joe Flacco what the Bengals are about to let happen to him with that offensive line. It was like at this point, the Browns were like, we're going to laugh at you, and we want to see you get hurt because he's going to get hurt with that offensive line. That offensive line sucks. Sucks. I still don't think he's going to get the start, Big Daddy Joe. I don't know if he's going to get the start. I don't know. I mean, back in the day, did James White ever get the start over Garrett Blunt? No. Yeah, but he never started over LeGarrette Blount.
One of my favorite players of all time. I love him. And hate him because I hate the Patriots. But I love him because he was so good and consistent. The most consistent running back I think I've ever seen in my entire life, James White.
Haven, Baker is going to suck. He's on the Eagles practice squad right now, and they haven't elevated him because he still sucks. And if Jalen Polk's good, Jalen Polk's good. Who cares?
Dansby Swanson sucks balls.
No, Thornton just had an injury problem. That's all it was. Thornton just had an injury problem. Shout out to him. He's also playing with now, instead of Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi, he's playing with Patrick Mahomes.
Now here's a guy that probably plays a little like Patrick Mahomes.
You're telling me Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shook is going to make Jalen Polk a good wide receiver? I don't think so. Also, I know I need to shave, but the Patriots keep winning, and I'm just not going to do that.
Here's a real question for you. How much money in supers would it take for you to grow your beard out for the rest of the year? The rest of the calendar year until 2026? $2,000? Do you think?
I don't even know if there's enough money.
For the rest of the calendar year, that's 2 months.
Yeah, but then every time I go out and try to talk to someone, they're like, who's this guy with his scruffy beard? No dates.
But you be making that money.
I do like your question, Alex. We will get to that in the mailbag. Even though we started the mailbag, when we start it, you can still ask your questions and get them in using hashtag Patriots. I like to think it's a trap game. I don't know if it's a trap game. It could be. Thank you, Big Daddy Joe. I will get to that after the live, and we will get that for you. Appreciate you. But let's get into the mailbag. Let's ask all of your questions that you guys have. The vibes just keep going up and up and up with the New England Patriots as they are 3-2 in the NFL season. Now they have the New Orleans Saints ahead of them in Week 6. Welcome to Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. And as we do on our live show every single Wednesday, if you guys are watching this not during the live show, we got a mailbag answering all of your questions every Wednesday. But this is the game where it looks easy for the Patriots, but I think it could be a trap game. You see the line right there, -3.5. They also think it's going to be a high-scoring game with over 40 points. 1-4. They just got their first win. First win against the New York Giants, who suck. So you cannot look over this game lightly. You could obviously get taken advantage of. But if you want the Patriots to win their third straight game, I couldn't tell you the last time the Patriots won 3 games in a row. Go down in the comments section and hit that thumbs up icon. Let's keep the vibes going. Let's keep that good luck going, because if you don't, well, you might have just jinxed them. Let's get into the first question. Big Daddy Joe, shout out to you who won our jersey on the watch party on Sunday. Will New England start Travion? I would love for the Patriots to start Travion Henderson. But unfortunately, now that Antonio Gibson is out for the season with torn ACL, which is unfortunate for him, Patriots have to go looking for another running back. They still have Ramondre Stevenson. Travion Henderson is still getting better. But the one problem with Henderson that I see more than Ramondre is that he still can't block. Patriots had 2 snaps on Sunday where Travion was pass blocking, and he missed his block once. 2 snaps. He let up 1 pressure on 2 snaps. He still has a big problem. But Ramondre still has a fumbling problem. Well, I think that Mike Vrabel he's going to trust Ramondre Stevenson. I think it's going to be a couple of weeks, but I asked this question. When did James White ever start over LeGarrette Blount? He didn't. It was kind of just a flip-flop whenever you fit in the one spot. JR the Pats fan. Hashtag Patriots. Is Maye better than Bo Nix? Well, producer Moose is on the 1s and 2s, and I think that he would take Bo Nix for sure, but
hell yeah.
No, that's just no. It's just no. I think Bo Nix is a great player. You saw the potential that he had in Oregon, but he is also this is over-exaggerating. He's like 30 years old. He was in 6 years in college, and now he's playing for the Denver Broncos, and the Broncos have a great team around him. Drake Maye, statistically, he's one of the top 5 best quarterbacks in football. When you look at his passing yards, when you look at his passing touchdowns, when you look at his advanced analytics, completion over expectation, whatever it is, the passer rating is awesome. But I'm going with Drake Maye over Bo Nix. Imagine Bo Nix on the Denver Broncos. That would be crazy. Absolutely crazy. More importantly, imagine Drake Maye on the Minnesota Vikings. Now they have J.J. McCarthy, who sucks. Dashy, are you surprised by Keion White's performance so far? He seems like a disappointment. Well, I would say it's very disappointing. I thought Keion White was going to have a breakout year. If you go to my video back that I made in May, one of the first videos I did on the channel, I did breakout candidates for the 2025 season. And I said Drake Maye, obviously. I said Marcus Jones, and then my last 2 were Pop Douglas and Keion White. And they have been disappointments, to say the least. Keion White has he moved from the interior to the outside because Barmore and Milton Williams, and he just hasn't picked it up yet. He's also been dealing with some injuries. He showed up on the injury report on Wednesday with an elbow injury, but he just can't get to the quarterback. And he had his chance with Kayvon Chason being out, and he still didn't really show out that much. So I'm very disappointed. Maybe the Patriots look to trade him. I'm not 100% sure, but who really wants him? He's not on a big contract. Maybe he can get better, but I think he's better on the interior than the outside. But you're not going to get any reps on the outside with Kyrus Tonga, who has been a massive, massive pickup, Williams, and Christian Barmore. The other Antonio. Well, aren't you still leaving the country, my guy? Are you still outside the country, wanted? Anyways, who are some good replacements for Antonio Gibson at running back? And I've seen a lot of people ask this question in the live chat. I've seen a bunch of people ask this on Twitter. I've seen a bunch of people ask this just during comments in general. And for me personally, I saw one person in particular mention that they should go out and get someone that's old and a veteran. And for one, I'm not signing an old man. Do not give me should we trade for Derrick Henry? No. He's averaging less than 4 yards per carry since his week 1 game. Do we want I saw someone say we should sign Ezekiel Elliott. We have not. He has not had a yards per carry over 3.5 since 2021. He's washed. Do not bring him back. I got 4 guys that I'm kind of looking at throughout this if you're going in the trade deadline. Or because I'm not going out and signing anybody. I'm not going out and signing Gus Edwards or anybody like that. Jerome Ford, Dameon Pierce, and here's 2 throwaway guys that you can go in there with Devin Singletary and quad man A.J. Dillon. First guy I want to look at is Jerome Ford, and he's been solid. I always thought Jerome Ford was kind of a really good running back. He's still only 26 years old, and he's just falling out of rotation. Quinshon Judkins has turned into an amazing, amazing running back, and he is the future for the Cleveland Browns. But when you look at Jerome Ford, you could see the difference in carries and between the last couple of seasons to now. I mean, 56 yards in 5 games. That's awful because he's just not playing. But you look at that 2023 season, 17 games played, 813 yards. He's only 26, people. He can still play that game. He still has that juice in him. And if you give, I don't know, the Browns a 6th-round pick, I was talking to our Browns host, Joey O'Donohue, what would you get for Jerome Ford? He said probably a 6th or a 7th because he's just rotting on the bench. The second guy is someone I was extremely high on when he first came into the league in 2022, and I said that he was going to be rush for 1,000 yards and be one of the best running backs in football in 2023, and I was completely dead wrong. He wasn't good. And he's falling off a cliff since his rookie season. You can see that rookie season in 2022, 939 yards. Then Gambling Brett put $100 on him to rush for 1,000 yards, and look what happened, 416 yards. But I still think he also has something left in on the tank. I mean, he's just fallen off the rotation because Joe Mixon's there. Now Nick Chubb's there. And they drafted Woody Marks, so Dameon Pierce is just stuck on the bench. He's not playing at all. But there's also, you have him as your 3rd guy. You don't need him to be Ramondre Stevenson. You don't need him to be Travion Henderson. Are they good enough running backs? Yeah, to definitely be on the 3rd string. But there's one spot in particular where I look at this and I'd be like, they would be perfect fits for the New England Patriots. You need a guy on special teams. Antonio Gibson was your primary kick returner with Travion Henderson to the right of him. They were running that 2 return men back. Well, Jerome Ford and Dameon Pierce can return kicks. They both have experience in kick returns, and that's primarily what they've been doing on both of their respective teams with the Browns and on the Texans. And you put them on special teams, they could help thrive. And it would only take about 6th or 7th round picks, 6-7. But it'd be super easy. And I don't think, you can boo me all you want, producer Boost. 7th round pick for either of those guys, give it to me. Give it to me right away. Put them on the team. You don't have to play them much. You just put them on special teams. You have some depth at the running back spot. Do you want to bring up Terrell Jennings? Sure. He's probably going to get the first opportunity. Do you want to sign a guy that you know that's like Jermichael Hasty that's on the Dolphins practice squad? You can do that. But I'm trading for one of these 2 guys. So pick one to trade for. Who would you pick if you had the opportunity to trade? Would you trade for Dameon Pierce or would you trade for Jerome Ford? Give me a DP for Dameon Pierce or give me a JF for Jerome Ford down in the comments section. Excuse me. Xavier Games. Pat's top 5 defense? I'm not going to go out and say top 5 defense yet, just because the first couple of games it looked really, really, really suspect. Robert Spillane and Christian Ellis were missing tackles like crazy. Alex Austin was playing in that defensive back spot in Christian Gonzalez's place, and he was awful. He was allowing in 2 games over 158 yards. I do not like that. Now, since then, the Patriots defense has looked great. They're 2nd in run stuffs with their interior defensive linemen with Christian Barmer and Milton Williams. They're also getting to the quarterback more than anybody besides one guy on the Titans named Jeffrey Simmons, who has been absolutely incredible. Also on the outsides, Harold Landry looks like he's having a career resurgence. Patriots, I would put them at a top 10 defense for now, but they keep doing this and keep getting better and better and better. Zach Kerr's also called a great game with Terrell Williams out. So I think they're a top 10. They could get to top 5. Maxwell Lepowski. How we doing, Max? How many yards for the Mayflower? That man has come up with the nickname Mayflower for Drake Maye, and I absolutely love it. Well, the Saints, they're allowing 195 yards 195 passing yards per game And I think that Drake Maye has exceeded that every single game. So I would probably say about 240. If the Patriots are up a lot of points like they were against the Carolina Panthers, if it's a big game, they'll take him out and put Josh Dobbs in. But I wouldn't go with any props for Drake Maye. I wouldn't go anything in particular just because there's a possibility of a blowout. But I'll guess 230, 240 yards in that range. Alex H101. With the Saints being scrappy and gritty, could you see this being a trap game? I 110% see this being a trap game. One reason why, because like you said, the Saints have a very, 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 very possibility with winning games by only one score. They lost to the Bills by 12 points, but it was closer than that. They lost most of their games. They lost opening week against the 49ers by a field goal. It is very close. They are at home. They are riding that high that they've won a game, and they think that they can win more. Now, the Patriots are coming off their biggest win in years. You don't want to get that Super Bowl hangover, as they like to call it, and think they're just going to walk all over this team just because they're shit. I do think they're shit, but I think they're a scrappy and gritty team. You have to stay composed and keep yourself ahead of this game. Georgie Washington, the first president, still alive. Coming back. Maybe it's just AI. Are the Patriots back? Could we see a Commanders Houston type run this year? I 100% believe that. There is always one team that goes worst to first. We saw that's the Commanders last year. We saw the Houston Texans go for it in 2023 with C.J. Stroud. I think the Patriots have an easy opportunity in this season. And if you look at the next 8 games that the Patriots have, they're all cakewalk, guys. The Saints have 1 win. The Titans have 1 win. The Browns have 1 win. The Falcons and Bucks are good. Those are your only 2 teams. The Jets are winless. The Bengals don't have a win since Joe Burrow got hurt. And then the Giants have 1 win. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 teams or 4 wins out of 5 teams that you play. And then your remaining schedule after the bye week, because for some reason the NFL just loves giving the Patriots a late bye week. You play the Bills again, which they're going to be mad. The Ravens, I think, are done. I don't know. Like, the Ravens are done. They're 1-4. Their season looks like it's going to be over. And then you play the Jets, who are a laughing stock, and the Dolphins, who are a laughing stock. You have a possibility right now to win 11 games just because how easy your schedule is. Now, do I think they're going to win 11 games? No. But you have, on paper, if you're playing the games on paper, you should win every single one of those games that I just mentioned, except maybe the Bucks, maybe against the Falcons, and then maybe the Bills. You should beat the Ravens because their defense sucks. You should beat all those other teams, and then you should end up at about 10, 11 games. But you got to worry about the first one that's ahead of you first. You got to worry about the game that's ahead of you. You can't be looking ahead to the Tennessee Titans. Even though I know Mike Vrabel has got that game in the back of his head, I'm going back to Nashville, and I'm going to kick their teeth in. I'm going to cut off you-know-what to win a Super Bowl, because that's what he said when he became the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. But he's with the New England Patriots now. He's with a better culture, and he has turned what that he brought to the Tennessee Titans a couple years ago, that 1 seed, that AFC Championship. And now he's brought it to Tennessee, or brought it to New England. And we saw what Tennessee has been since he's left. 4-18. They are a joke. And he wants to shove it in their face. And I can't wait to see that happen. But let's worry about this game right here. If you want the Patriots to blow out the Saints, go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon, like the video, and don't jinx us. And while you're down there, hit that sub button. We're going to be live Sunday at noon Eastern for our watch party. You're not going to want to miss out. We have tons of fun while we're doing it. So hit that sub button. And as always, let's go Pats. Doop. It's 4 weeks away to the trade deadline. You could try trade who? Eric Franks. Yeah. Big Daddy Joe, we have Terrell Williams, that's our defensive coordinator. We have Terrell Jennings on the practice squad, and I think that he's going to get bumped up this weekend. I think the Patriots are going to give him a chance, and if he isn't good, then they'll go out and sign somebody, or then they'll go out and trade somebody. I love Gillette Stadium. Haven't been there since Haven't been there since the renovations. The last time I went there was 22. I went to the Patriots-Bills game on Thursday Night Football where we scored the first touchdown. Marcus Jones was on offense, and he ran a jet sweep for a touchdown. But I haven't been to Gillette since then.
Did you say Jones?
Jones?
I said, if you want to bring back AJ Terrell, like the video. And if you don't, like it anyway.
Like it anyway. Oh, we got Tracy. Oh, Jesus. He tweeted at me. Alex, you need to go. It's pretty cool. Mr. Swiss, what was the question? I'm sorry, I didn't see it. What was your question? I'm looking for it. This schedule is so easy. It's such a cakewalk. The white? Are you talking about the white pants? White pants? Who do you got? Get me down in the comments before we get on out of here. It's almost 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I got to go to the gym. I feel like the Patriots need to bring in an established bell cow at running back. I like Ramondre. Ramondre's a leader. I know he fumbles a lot, but he's still good. No way we get Nick Chubb? No. No chance. Who is my favorite trade possibility? I don't know, man. The Patriots really haven't been rumored in any type of trades. Like, if you're going to trade for someone, I'm not looking at linebacker because I like Spillane, maybe, and then they like Christian Ellis. And then with corners, if you want to go get somebody who's mid, like, do you really want to trade for Tariq Woolen? He's garbage.
I actually think A.J. Dillon's pretty good. I watched him so many times in Green Bay.
Yeah, I know, but
just torched.
But he's
Bears.
not in Green Bay anymore.
You're right. He's with Philly.
Yeah. And he just has quads.
He's the quad father.
That's it.
You'll come to me on the day that I'm hitting legs.
Yeah. I want one of these two guys. We don't need a running back to run. We need a running back to play kick return. That's it. That's it. Charlize, I didn't see your question. Oh, how many road games will the Patriots win? It's hard to determine. I mean, their schedule is just so easy. They already won on the road, so I would probably give them 6 road wins. Like, you're going to beat the Saints. You're going to beat the Titans. You're going to lose to the Bengals. No, you're not going to lose to the Bengals. You're going to lose to the Bucs. The Bucs are a Super Bowl winning team. We need another O-line, Big Daddy Joe? I don't think we need an O-line. I don't think so. Morgan Moses has been really, really good. Mike Owenu is having, which I need to talk about on the channel, how he's having an amazing season. Garrett Bradbury's having his Linsanity run is still going. And then Jared Wilson and Will Campbell are incredible right now. I'm not trading for another offensive lineman. You have already good tight ends in Austin Hooper and Hunter Henry. So that's why I'm like, people want to talk about who are the Patriots going to trade for. I don't know what you need. What would you say, Moose? A backup corner? Because Marcus Jones is great, Carlton Davis is great, and Christian Gonzalez is great.
Honestly, I looked at your box score. Now, I didn't watch a ton of the game on Sunday night. I was busy doing some other stuff for my own channels. But from what I saw in the box score, it was Stephon Diggs and then not a lot.
Yeah.
So if first things first, I'd probably say you need another wide receiver.
Jacoby
Myers, bring him back. Bring him back.
I think they already discussed that, and that just wasn't happening.
You could also go with trying to think of another wide receiver that would be on the market.
I would draft an edge, Aaron. I wouldn't trade for an edge. I like the edge room right now with Chason and Harold Landry. I would go out and draft someone in the draft.
Why not Calvin Ridley?
I'd take Calvin Ridley, but what do they want for him? And he's also making $92 million.
A fourth?
I'd give a fourth.
You can go Calvin Ridley. You could go Alan Lazard, but
I don't want Alan Lazard.
He's not really.
I'd
that
rather
good.
have Kayshon Boutte than Alan Lazard.
Jerry Judy. No, it's probably not Jerry Judy. They won't trade him.
Jerry Judy is literally Stephon Diggs.
You get 2 Stephon Diggs.
No, we need a deep threat. You need like a DJ Moore. You need a Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Or an A.J. Brown.
You won't get AJ.
I know you're not getting A.J. Brown. You might get A.J. Brown at the offseason.
Yeah, you might get AJ Brown in free agency.
Trade.
No, I'm saying like
in
the free
2
agent,
years?
the free agency period.
In 2 years? Oh, like,
no, March.
Okay, so no problem, Charlicia. So you're saying the Patriots might trade for him in free agency?
Yes.
Yeah, that could happen. It's not happening midseason.
No, it won't happen midseason. They won't get rid of him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Why not look at Kamara, use this game as a scout game? That could be possible. Yeah, exactly. Saints are getting the first draft pick. I think the Jets are. We're going to get on out of here, though. We will be live once again on Sunday at noon Eastern for Patriots Saints. It's going to be an interesting game. And if the Patriots don't win this one, there's going to be a crash out. There's going to be a major crash out. But everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all your questions. As always, we will see you guys on Sunday. And as always, let's go Pats.